And it's going to be hell on earth.
It's going to be cultural and tribal. 450 million guns, 80 million veterans, 40 million that have been in combat. Don't anybody tangle with them if it comes to that.
It's bad news. You know, the military puts out the line, we'll crush the American people. Folks, no one can stop a guerrilla army of this size.
Is garlic the absolute best defense against the threat of bacterial and viral pandemics? No. The answer is Ali C from yourallystore.com. Ali C was developed by a British chemist who found a way to stabilize the allicin in garlic and incorporate it into his flagship product, Ali C. It's the strongest and safest antibiotic known to man. Ali C makes garlic supplements obsolete. Get Ali C today from yourallystore.com. That's yourallistore.com. Yourallystore.com. No home should be without Ali C.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
As the economy continues to decline, patriots across the nation are preparing for the worst. The world is changing fast. Are you fully prepared? Or will you be forced to eat government soup? At patriotfood.com, we offer you 135 pounds of dehydrated food and 6 varieties of canned meat for half price. And at survivalistseeds.com, we now offer 50 non-GMO varieties of vegetables and over 10,000 heirloom seeds. That's twice as many as our competition for the same price. patriotfood.com and survivalistseeds.com. Food insurance, just in case. Owned by me, Big John Lipscomb, host of Don't Tread on Me radio show.
When you hear the words water purification, what comes to mind? If it's Berkey Water Purification Systems, this message is for you. Did you know that over 60% of municipal water contains fluoride at less than 2 cents per gallon? Berkey water filters purify treated and untreated water, remove dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and contaminants from municipal water. These filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, making them perfect for rainwater collection systems. From the smallest to the largest systems, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has what you need. With your system purchase, you'll receive a shower filter, a fluoride filter, or 2 sport Berkey bottles absolutely free. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com would like to offer GCN listeners 5% off all ceramic filter systems and ship all orders over $50 free of charge. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY today.
We got Mike Rivero popping in for about 10 minutes with Bob Chapman on the kamikaze attack and the latest developments and get his perspective that I tend to agree with on a lot of fronts. Too early to tell right now, though. We're going to get his view coming up. Bob, right now, and then when Mike leaves us, we'll get back into the economy. What's going on with the economy? Months ago, you said they were going to target Greece and Spain, the word was out. Now Reuters is reporting that the Spanish government is looking at this being coordinated by Goldman Sachs and others. Again, you hit the nail right on the head. What's going on with the dollar? Interest rates going up. What's happening with gold going back up? What do you see happening?
Well, first of all, I wrote about Goldman 10 years ago when Greece and Italy were trying to qualify, and the term I used was they're Mickey Mousing the books. And the rest of the Eurozone at that time, which today only makes up 16 of the 27 European Union members, they looked the other way. They wanted that union, and so they got it. And those books have been phony all along. And as we have found out, it's been proven now that Goldman Sachs arranged the whole thing. Where is it going? I think it creates a sense of urgency now. I think things are starting to come unglued even more quickly than I had anticipated. I think there's a possibility that they may bring down a number of these countries' sovereign debt prior to the election, and it may include the United States. And if they do that, there may not be an election. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, and I don't want to give these people any ideas, but that would be the perfect thing to do to get control. And so that's possible. Whether it's probable, I don't know at this point. But there are a number of countries that are on the edge. We've got Ireland, Italy, Portugal, Spain, and Greece, which we know about. And then nobody ever hears about Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, Romania, Hungary, Poland.
And that will send debt shockwaves a lot bigger than the housing bubble throughout the planet. Meanwhile, the Chinese are already moving and dumping their U.S. T-bills.
That's correct. And even Denmark's having problems. Of course, the two worst, really, for their size, is Great Britain and the United States. Now, I think what government wanted to do, or those behind government wanted to do, is after the election, start these things going by taking all of these countries to the edge and then having a meeting like they did with Smithsonian and the Plaza Accord and the Louvre Accord, and devalue currencies and have a debt default between nations, and everybody falls off a cliff together, and we have everybody devaluing their currencies, or most everybody, and then we go into a deflationary depression, which they want to, from behind the scenes, people like Goldman and Morgan and Citigroup and all of those people and the Bilderbergers and all those groups, they would then try to suppress the people of the world, quote, legally, while they were on their knees financially and economically.
Let's expand on that. We now see open discussions of devaluation of the dollar. And we also, as you talked about last week, they're talking about coming in and taking people's pension funds, the government taking over people's pension funds, then paying you part of it back. The neocons are pushing for new taxes as if that's a good thing.
No, I don't think taxes are the answer. The real answer is to cut government spending all over the country, not just in Washington. I mean, let's cut it by 50%. So you got to lay off 30% of your employees. Well, that's too bad. This is really the solution: purging all of those banks and insurance companies and brokerage firms and transnational conglomerates.
And let's explain that, though. All the studies show one government job cost two private sectors. So you get rid of the government jobs, a lot of them. Then you get two jobs back for every job you get rid of there, and people have their own tax money. That would fix it.
It's going to happen sooner or later, and they know it. They want it on their terms so they can control it. so they can make people do what they want to do under those circumstances. And that's why all the things that you talk about in regard to what's going on in America about home